Welcome to What Was She Thinking, the podcast where we watch movies and TV series a little deeper. We talk about stories, choices, culture, and the moments that make you pause and ask, what was she thinking?
And that means in this show, we are asking the character, the director, and ourselves to consider how thoughts prompt actions and ultimately one's experiences in life. Today, we are coming back to review part 2 of the TV show Margo's Got Money Troubles on Apple TV Plus, starring Elle Fanning as Margo, Michelle Pfeiffer as Shyanne, Nick Offerman as Jinx, Thaddeus Graham as Susie, Nicole Kidman as Lace, Greg Kinnear as Kenny, and Michael Angarano as Mark. This is not just a TV recap. This is a conversation about mindset, motivation, and the choices that shape women's lives. Hello, I am Charla.
And I am Kim, and welcome to What Was She Thinking?
Hello, Kimber. We're back. Part 2.
We are back, part two. Yeah. Good show. Lots of thoughts.
Okay, you know what? Let's start with, since we did part 1, we talked about our thoughts on the show, like initial thoughts for the. I found out some things because first of all, looking at Margo, who is played by Elle Fanning, I looked at her and I was like, Dad, you know what? I know she's like a child actress, right? Actor or whatever. But, couldn't like, because I was like, I know there's another Fanning.
It is.
So then I was like, oh, that's Dakota's sister.
Yes, her sister.
They
Yeah.
sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It all makes sense now because I'm like, she looked like, but that's not. But it could be maybe, or whatever. So yeah. So turns out they were both like they have played. I didn't realize they had played. Maybe that's why I got confused. They have played in the same movies, older and younger versions of each other. So I didn't know that.
Yeah. They are really good actresses, I
Yeah.
feel. Dakota and Elle. I remember I think one of my favorite Elle, I believe, was in Daddy Daycare.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Daddy Daycare.
And I think she was the one, her mom was either a model or something very stylish, and she was, when she came in, like, her character was just absolutely hilarious in Daddy Daycare. And then Dakota, seeing her when she was like a younger a child actor in I Am Sam. That's like one of my favorite films. That also has stars Michelle Pfeiffer and Sean Penn and a young Dakota Fanning.
But they were both in that one.
They were. They
Mm-hmm.
were. Elle
And
and
Dakota.
yeah, and Dakota.
And Taken.
Oh, and Taken.
It says they were both in I Am Sam and Taken.
How about that?
How about that? Now, see, I watched a series on Hulu about Catherine the Great. It's called The Great. I think I watched more than one
Elle was
season.
in that one. Wasn't
Elle,
she?
because that's why I was like, why does this chick look so familiar? What has she been in? So when I looked it up, I was like, oh, that was her in The Great. She played that one. I thought she was good in that. And then they said she was in We Bought a Zoo. And then not recently, Jed and I were watching Charlotte's Web. So I was like, that's probably why I was getting confused because her sister Dakota was in Charlotte's Web. But I really remember her sister in Man on Fire.
Oh
She
yeah.
played the little girl. That's what it said she was. I was like, that's probably what I was getting them all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Confused. Like, oh, okay. And then when you look at them together, they are similar or whatever too. So anyway, they got me kind of confused with that. But
They
anyway,
do. So Elle Fanning, Dakota Fanning, and Chloe Moretz.
Chloe.
Chloe Moretz. She played in Equalizer. She also played in what's the little superhero movie? But she was a child actor. Those three little white girls
They killing it.
had it on lockdown.
Back you told me they had it on lockdown back in the day.
Lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Because I remember at one point I was like, "Is that Chloe or is that Dakota?"
Mhm.
And then when I found out about Elle, and I was like, "Oh no, that's Elle.
Yep.
That's not Chloe."
I had
Oh,
no
okay.
idea.
Yeah,
I
they
think
they,
I only
they had
knew
a lot.
Dakota.
Yeah,
Never seen.
And yeah, Dakota got some chops on her now.
Yeah,
I
she
mean, she grown
does.
now. Elle
Mhm.
does too, and so
Yeah.
does Chloe Moretz. But I like all three of them. I think they're exceptional.
Yeah, I gotta look.
Yeah,
I'm sure I would know Chloe when I if
you
I.
will when you see her. You
Mhm,
know her.
I
She's
know
been on a lot.
her. Okay, so this was a book adapted by Ruthie Thorpe.
Okay.
From like a Reddit thread. It looks like some people like pretty much like it's pretty much sticking to the storyline, except
Hmm.
for like they, like changing some of the characters like when they appear, but pretty much, true to the story. I
Hmm.
think they were like they beefed up Margo. She was kind of like more innocent in the story, more naive. Like she had only,
Hmm.
I think in the story somebody said, and this is what they said already, I have not verified, that she did not know about OnlyFans, and they thought that was kind of like that would be really like, yeah, naive.
Yeah, you don't know about
Naive
OnlyFans.
for her. So they was like they were glad they didn't make that. They didn't stick to that. But what I even didn't know, because I was like, okay, we mentioned that yesterday that David E. Kelley was behind the story, but did we know who he was married to?
No, who David E. Kelley's married to? Michelle
Michelle
Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer.
Mhm. Of
So
course.
they worked. So they have not worked together in 30 years.
Wow.
They vowed. They said they made a pact when they got married to not work together, and so this is the first time.
You want to be married, or do you want to be getting? You want to leave together?
Which one you want?
Which one? You want a happy? You want a happy life at home,
Hell
or
yeah.
you want to be successful?
I ain't need you telling me what to do on set. We can't have that. We're
And
not
then you come
having
back
that.
home, and then you want me to fix your plate? No. Mm-mm.
I'm sorry.
You gonna tell me I didn't give what I was supposed to
Yeah,
give?
what you say?
I ain't new to
Yeah,
this. I'm true to this. You check my
fix your,
record.
yeah, fix your, yes. Scarface.
Check my record. Okay. Oh, well, that's a very interesting little behind the scenes note. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, this has maybe that's because I feel like when there's good chemistry behind the story, it comes out
Hmm. Hmm.
in the storyline or whatever. And I think Elle has some investment into the story or whatever too, some kind of way of either the producer or whatever, something, whatever. Anyway,
Okay.
but I feel like they all are coming across very well, portraying the characters is believable. So I'm, part two. I liked it. I like the way it ended or whatever. So we can jump into oh, one other thing I want to go back and say I didn't mention in episode 4, she tells her dad that she's doing OnlyFans and he first is like, don't do
Yeah.
it.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we didn't mention that. We didn't talk about that part. And then he says, you don't want to be one of those kinds of girls, use sex and exhibition to get what they want. Again, that's like a conflict, right? But he relents on that, and he's like, okay, do you be you?
Yeah. I
That's
think
a hard
that
thing for a daddy to say, I would think.
very much so because I think that that's that fear of again a girl. Of course, there's a double standard between males and female children.
Mhm,
The daddy looks at, oh my gosh, you're wasting your life away and you're showing your body online and you're doing all these things online.
mhm.
Um,
'Cause he's a dude too, so he knows what that means.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So
gonna be looking at it.
yeah, for him, it's like, oh no, even though, you did put the thought in her head in a
Mhm.
sense. But you have that fear of, sure, your son going to a strip club, looking at these women doing whatever they're doing, not a problem. But your daughter
Order,
being the stripper,
keep off the pole.
keep her off the pole.
Yeah, that's their
Keep
one
her off the
mission.
pole.
Yeah,
I think
for
I was just watching some of the older. I was rewatching Blackish, and that was one of the things that Anthony Anderson's character was like, we gotta keep the girls off the pole.
oh,
We
yeah,
gotta keep them off the pole.
yeah, it's
What
the
is she?
stigma.
Yeah, the stigma.
Mhm.
Again, women are to be perceived as pure and innocent and um we not overly sexual, even prudish to a certain extent, in order to maintain whatever fantasy of what you think a woman is supposed to be. Those traditional gender roles.
When we after we got off recording yesterday, I was like driving. Did I go? Did I walk somewhere? I go somewhere? Anyway, in my thoughts in my head.
Mhm,
I got
mhm,
pissed because I was like, that's some bullshit. You mean to tell because I was thinking about what we were talking about in Call the
mhm,
Midwife, and it's like you want me to, like you said, be all prudish and whatnot.
mhm,
But at the same time, somebody's supposed to satisfy his lustful
mhm,
desires or
mhm,
whatever. Um,
mhm,
and then if I give in to that, then oh, you did so thank you for releasing his stress or whatever the case may be. But if I get caught up with that by getting pregnant by
mhm.
some means, then I'm left to handle that on my own.
Yeah. Mhm,
But the dude is nowhere near held accountable to stand there with me alongside me like you need to be held accountable too. It's
mhm,
this totally a man's world, a man's rules, and then but we then enforce the rules. We
mhm.
enforce the system too, right?
Yeah.
Because if you come to me and say that's why I guess I like call the midwife because they break in the system. Because if you come to me and say, "Oh, I got pregnant and I'm not married or I'm a teen," they
Mhm,
don't say, "Oh, I'm not helping you." They say, "Okay, let's find you help. What do you
mhm.
want to do?" Because if not, you're going to drown. We understand the
Right.
consequences if nobody
Mhm,
helps you, is
mhm,
what I'm saying. The woman is only held accountable. So when I think other women don't shame you for whatever happens, then that's breaking the cycle.
yeah.
But I think alongside that, you would have to have some type of making men accountable. I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
make you stand and do and stand and do and stand and do and feel the shame or the guilt or whatever that's going on as until it's equal because other than that they only making one person feel bad about the situation
And it's not equal. And
and
it,
it's
it the man doesn't even stand and feel the shame. And even if they are there to feel the shame, it is nowhere near as intense or embarrassing for a male, because whether and looking at it from both sides, whether the woman keeps the baby, her body physically changes. Something is happening. She's carrying a baby. For a
Mhm.
man,
Do
not
whatever you
big
want.
deal. He
Yeah,
still look the same as he did when he got her pregnant than when he after the baby when the baby gets, is
yeah.
grown. So physically the woman's going through things, emotionally the woman's going through things, and the man is able to go and live their life. Whether they decide to have the baby or not have the baby, the decision to not have the baby, you are still dealing with physical changes to your body,
Mhm.
because that happened instantaneous. Once it has started going,
Mhm.
body starts to change. And so
Mhm.
if you do decide to either terminate the pregnancy, not have the not have the child, you're still dealing with emotional
Oh yeah.
issues
Mhm.
behind that. And
Mhm.
oftentimes you're dealing with that by yourself.
Uh-huh.
The
And
woman
mhm.
deals with that by herself.
Mhm. For sure. Definitely. And then still, if we look at it like from the sex worker angle,
Yeah.
which she gets into, the
Mhm.
man is praised for going to like nobody is shaming the man for signing up for OnlyFans and paying to watch Doritos and Toes and full access to coochies. Nobody's saying that because if you think about it, you just tip somebody $500 or whatever for toes.
You did? Cause you a little, and I ain't you a little freaky.
You
That's
look,
what you like to
but
see the
nobody is shaming and guilting them
yeah.
at all. They don't receive the same type of um,
Mm-hmm. Uh-uh.
energy when it comes to partaking in the process. Because again, that's what I was thinking. It's like they're like a woman did this by herself, as
Yeah.
far as like getting pregnant, so you get held accountable. Like you get tapped on the hand. You didn't do that by yourself. I didn't do that by myself.
You
I did it by
didn't do
myself.
it by yourself.
And I'm not
Um.
at the strip club. If I was a stripper, I'm not stripping and I'm alone. There's
Yeah.
somebody here paying me, looking at me,
By phone.
but you ain't reprimanding them.
And that's the double standard.
It's
That's the
double
double
standard.
standard
So it's got to stop.
between
It's got
it has
somebody
you know,
has to
but
serve it up
listen,
both ways.
when I tell you it's ingrained, honey,
It
in the
is
grass,
ingrained. It is
in the grass,
ingrained.
in the
Mm-hmm,
sand, in the rocks, it's
hmm
ingrained. This double standard of
hmm
um w-
What a
um
woman can do, what a man can
what a woman can do and what a man can't do.
do.
I mean, and it is unfortunate that in this time and age, we're literally seeing a resurgence of um like, okay, y'all have done enough. Women, you need to get back. You need to get back in the home. You need to get back being a stay-at-home wife. You're getting too educated. You're getting too, we're starting to see a resurgence of pushback
Mm-hmm,
on because of how far women have come.
hmm
Then
They don't make it easy for women, I
they
think,
don't.
in the workforce.
They
You know what
don't.
I'm saying? So
They
if you
don't.
have a baby, you might could be ostracized. If you have to take
Mhm.
care of children, then you might be ostracized or left out of things. If you um well, any type of like caregiving kind of like if you fill that role, which is typically a woman's role,
Mhm. Right.
then you are not given any grace in that. So it's like this system doesn't work for me. So why am I beating myself up? Like in the case of like I know nursing, when I was a teacher, I had to cobble out a little space in the back of somebody in the science teacher's little storage room, hoping because she had kids I can remember in the classroom right before they were going to lunch. So imagine,
Mhm.
I'm talking sixth graders jumping around or whatever. I'm trying to pump quietly, hoping she can guard because she's telling them like don't go in that room or whatever.
Yeah.
But anybody could at any moment. But anyway, it's not
Mhm.
a peaceful, calm space for me to breastfeed.
Mhm.
The next place ETV had like that serenity room,
Yeah.
which
Mhm.
was much better, and I produced much more milk there.
Jesus.
But still, they don't make it conducive for a woman
Mhm.
to be in the workforce and be comfortable all around for all of the things that come with a
Mhm.
woman and her body. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
can see this is what I guess I'm trying to say. Um, because I've also seen this thing on TikTok where women are like, "Who said women equal rights for women? Women should be in the workforce. Like this is dumb. I'd rather be at home and be a homemaker."
Mhm.
Now it
Mhm.
makes me think like, is it a catch-22? Like I'm going to make it hard for you to be in this world, so you'll just go back to the
Go
house.
back go back home and be a housewife or be a stay-at-home mom or whatever.
I'm not gonna make it easy for you here.
And they don't make it easy because I've been seeing on social media too, women who are breastfeeding their children,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that, people are still, taking the bag. If someone, pulls out their boob and feed their child, are feeding
Mhm.
their child. You
Yeah.
know, some people do it, you know, to the covering and
Yeah.
have a little something over them. But I seen one lady, she pulled her whole boob out
Mhm.
and was feeding her child. She didn't have a covering, which I felt like she it would have been better if she had something covering her
Mhm.
boob. But people still look twice at you, even if you
Yeah.
do that and you are covered. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Not
But what
going
are
on
you yeah,
corner.
but what are you supposed to do? Like you tell me breast milk is the best milk, and yet I'm feeding my child and people still gotta, what are you doing that? You should be home or whatever doing that.
But it's like the titty ain't just for the man to suck on or
There
whatever.
you
It's for
go. And it's
this
like,
this is more than that, y'all. If
when
this
they
was a bottle,
come
nobody would say anything.
exactly.
This is
And
a
then
bottle. Imagine this is a bottle.
because they over sexualize everything.
Everything, yeah. Imagine this could be a bottle. So I mean, but I do too have because I have, like you said, it's engraved.
Mm-hmm,
So I
mm-hmm,
do too. If somebody were to just pull out their titty, I might be like, well, you could cover up because I cover. Because that's what I used to do. But that was me. That was my
mm-hmm,
comfort level. So,
mm-hmm,
but some
mm-hmm,
people they come from a
mm-hmm,
different level. But
mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna like shade you or whatever. I'm not gonna make you feel uncomfortable
Right.
in that moment. Like I'm hoping to stop that trend of making women feel shameful or bad because they want to breastfeed in public or
Mm-hmm,
whatever.
mm-hmm.
And maybe that'll make it more whatever. Because I know some people do it for the shock factor. But some people are just comfortable,
Yeah. Some
saying,
people are just yeah.
without a cover up. But it's just, I don't know. Like it is like if breasts weren't sexualized, seen as a sexual tool only, then it wouldn't. Nobody would pay no attention. You just
Mm-hmm.
breastfeed because in certain
Probably.
cultures it ain't nothing but a thing. Okay,
That looks like
so okay, back to Margot's.
Marco.
Um, they are doing kind of like the cultural expectation of start on episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
Shyanne is having the bridal shower, and I thought it was funny that Margo was like, "It's funny to see you do this church lady drag." This ain't you, mama. What is you doing over here? Because she was straight looking at her like,
You
are
look
you
so uncomfortable. This is not your thing. Like you
not
don't
your
look
thing?
happy. Like like at this point, like how some people say, it shows on my face.
Yeah.
Like I can't hide it. My facial expressions, I can't hide it. Literally, her body is rejecting her whole presence is rejecting. I
Who,
think,
Cheyenne?
yeah, it's like giving signals of just not a.
It's
This is
not naturally
not
her. But
natural.
I think
Yeah,
she wants it to be her. I think this is something she always wanted. She
but
wanted
she
to
can't
be,
force it though, and I think that
you gonna
that's
try.
where,
She-
yeah, fake it till you make it. But it's like, why? But why? She grown though.
But Kim,
She
you can carry
grown.
stuff with you. You can that's stuff.
And she has
You
which
know,
and
like
it's showing. It's showing like
okay,
her.
yeah,
It's
her.
showing.
Yeah, I think and you know what? I think it comes up um at the end of this episode, maybe. We'll see. Oh, backwards horror thing. Anyway, I think it comes up at the end of this episode. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. Her insecurities about what she's done. I think
Mhm,
she's showing at least thus far her insecurities about having worked at Hooters.
mhm,
Because earlier she said, you had a mom who worked at Hooters or something. And she was like, no, you did the best that you could. Because come on now, Kim. We know how kids used to be back in the day. I know from the school I went to, if somebody would have caught wind or somebody working, mama worked at a strip club or Hooters, and they would have ate them up. They would ate them up in talking smack or whatever in the hallway. Don't let them say something wrong. They would come at them like, and that's why your mama.
That's why your mama is a crackhead or whatever. That's why I you know what, it's kind of
Ammunition.
I tell my son all the time, y'all wouldn't have made it. Y'all wouldn't have made it if y'all came up when I
No.
like for somebody to call me fat, that is nothing.
Yeah, or
But
me
if
black.
someone came
Somebody
up to
call me
me,
black.
yeah, if someone came up to me and told me my mom is a crackhead, I'm going to jail. So, he's like, well, yeah, someone was talking about you and called you fat. I don't care.
Yeah. Now I would have cared back then. It definitely back then it hurt my feelings somebody to say because dark skin that would have been like, oh, you're not cute.
But our skin was toughened. You know how many times I got called fat?
Well, yeah. But it took until I was an adult to overcome like, okay, black is beautiful. Even though my mom and them never said it, but so I'm saying the outside forces, of course, because it would be like girls and guys be like, oh, you so black, oh, you so whatever.
Yeah.
That stuff.
Yeah. But I'm so corny. I used to be thinking about ways I was gonna get them back. Like I was ready for the fat stuff because as soon as they said something about me being fat, your mama ain't got no hair.
Nah, I wouldn't see. Maybe that's why I'm gonna quit with it.
Your mama PG. Your mama is this, your mama that. So yeah, I'm fat, and it was.
Yeah. So I would have been the one.
Yeah. I used to think about that. I had a whole bully that lived up the street from me. I had a whole bully. And I used to plan how I was gonna fight her.
See, and I had one, and my strategy, and that's why I like we talked about this weekend, probably why I am one every day was the actions. Befriend the bully to see if I could change behavior. See, that's what I should have did because it ended up not turning out right anyway. I ended up still having to defend myself when I should have had that tactic because if I was the one and my mama worked at Hooters, my strategy would not be to have comebacks ready. My strategy would be to stay silent so nobody would say that. I was working at Hooters.
No, my son is like that. He will stay silent and let it build and build and build until he bursts. Me, I wasn't like that. I was a plotter. I was a planner. I used to strategize, exit strategies. If I knew I couldn't beat you. But the thing was, and I never got in the fight. I never got in one fight because my mouth was always lethal. And so because I knew I was fat. I've been fat my whole life. I've been a bigger person my whole life. Did it hurt my feelings? Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, hell, it is what it is. What do you want me to do?
I like the strategy of the defense.
What you want me to do? Oh man.
Mine ended up coming to a fight. They came and jumped me. Two girls one came and confronted me at school. I was like, "What is going on?" They had a whole conversation going on. That's why I told you I was like six, whatever. But perhaps if I had strategized, I would have seen it coming and I would have been ready. You know what I'm saying? I would have been someplace else. I like that strategy, right? See what's coming and you be ready.
And I think that's what these kids nowadays are missing because we came up and it was brutal sometimes.
Yeah, it was
the way people would pick on other people. And I had compassion for other kids. I had compassion for kids who mama was crackhead and who mama was prostituting and stuff like that because kids were brutal. Brutal,
because this was before all of the bullying programming that went out.
Right.
None of that shit coming up.
Nope. You better
defend yourself until they started suspending folks because that was a thing that you didn't get suspended for fighting. You just got maybe separated. But then at some point in time, they started like really upping the consequences.
Yeah.
So perhaps Margo is coming from this perspective, that because she ain't stopping. She still is like going forward with her plans.
We in a different time now.
Yeah,
We're
her
in a
dad
different
has
time.
warned her or whatever.
I do start to feel some compassion for Cheyenne because there's trauma there. She's still holding on to the stigma of her past.
Of what
That
she
the
was at Hooters.
embarrassment of her past. You know what I'm saying? That has carried her in that she's carrying.
Because think about it. If she comes up to the PTA, come
Mhm.
pick up at the school, you know the moms probably is throwing mad
Mhm.
judgment because they
Mhm.
stay at home mom, they work
Mhm.
here, they work there, and they
Mhm.
all know where she works.
Mhm.
So that might be where she really felt maybe, I'm just thinking, I would really like to know backstory. Well, I should read the book.
Mhm.
So, okay.
I,
So,
I do feel some. I feel some grace. Give her some grace there because she is carrying that
she's carrying
embarrassment
the
and that stigma of her past. So I
embarrassment.
get it. I do get it. Sometimes I just think it comes off very dry when how she speaks to Margot at times. I just think that it just comes off so like, do you even like me? Like, do you like me?
You
Like I'm
think?
your daughter. Sometimes I just kind of get that with her. Even when she went into the whole thing, talking about the breaking in your whole life and life is gonna break you. She's talking about her trauma,
Yeah.
her trauma. And I get it, but at the same time, good gracious.
Yeah, she could cut it a little bit better. I understand what you're saying, but I guess I see overall her intentions. Definitely, she could say it better. But her intentions, I can see it there. And I guess because I see what's coming. I know it's coming, so I know her heart. You know what I'm saying? I guess if I know the heart, because
Yeah.
there's a difference, I think, between somebody saying something and being mean versus they're hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can forgive you if you said something because it came from a hurtful place versus you was trying to hurt me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she was trying to hurt her. I think she was trying to warn her. May have
And
hurt her the way she said it.
right. And then that's where the miscommunication, that's where the misunderstandings happen.
Yeah.
Because her intentions were not to hurt her.
Right.
But from Margot's perspective, it's like, well, damn.
Yeah. My life is over. You telling me my life over. Yeah. So which is very much so for a variety of reasons, right? She doesn't tell her mother about what she's doing. So she goes to Vegas.
Right now, my spirit says not right now. Don't
Right
you
now, we're
think
gonna
right
enjoy this here wedding. We're gonna enjoy this here wedding in Vegas.
not right now. Ain't no need to tell her right now. This is not the time.
I would totally do that. Now, I'll tell her when I get back.
Yeah. Not right now. Not at this hip function.
We're
No,
gonna
not.
we're gonna enjoy this here bridal shower. Oh, okay, now it's time to go to Vegas. So no, now it's definitely not the time. Not in this car ride.
Not right now.
Top down. She
Right.
like, Bodie need to ride with the daddy. I like, she's so funny. Why you in this here, baby? This baby is ruining my bridal weekend. He got to ride with the granddaddy.
Listen here, I don't have no babies.
Yeah, convertible. This is not made for children.
But you the grandma.
But you is the grandma, which is so funny. Yeah. So again, I think it's. I thought it was funny the awkwardness of who's paying the bill when they go check in at the hotel.
First of all, I ain't coming in there with no purse. You know my situation. Don't try to act like you don't know what my situation is.
Exactly. Your mama know, he know. Maybe she assumed because Kenny made the reservations and he gonna slide his ass to the left like real quick. Dude, you could at least told somebody, and so you know the rooms is on y'all. You booked the room, but you didn't tell me I had to pay for the room. I don't know.
This how you want to start it out? Okay.
So she lets that slide. I'm like, Kenny is slowly dripping.
Slowly. Uh-huh.
This is who he is out. Who he So we see Margo is withdrawing money from her bank account. We see how much she has in there, whatever what she working with. Again, reminding us what she working with. To me, that's what I thought. They go to this Vegas show, and I feel like the whole show again just really just highlights the difference between Shyanne and Kenny being, she's ultra. I don't want to say. I just feel like they're just I feel like this is another thing they shame women for. Women who like to party.
Okay.
Because a man could like the party and it's like, oh, he be out.
Oh yeah.
He need a woman to tame you, blah, 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 blah. But if there's a woman who likes to go out and have a good time and party, and she's not quiet, like she likes to be out and have a good time, be vocal, then she is a party girl or whatever. And then there's that stigma that she is not marriage material.
Yeah.
And she's stifling to me.
And my thing is, why would you want to be with somebody who is not going to accept
who you are?
I felt like I wanted to hit her so many times. Because what are you doing at the expense of yourself?
You're we do it all the time, though. We do it all the time. I know I can. Let me speak for me. I have done it, shrunk, because I want something, and I have convinced myself maybe that this is the only way.
I got a paper up in here that said, "Don't do it. Don't do it." I had some kind of inspiration, something about don't hide your sparkle or something like that.
Don't hide your sparkle.
I can't do that, I can't do that, Charlotte. I can't. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not shrinking myself no more.
No. Not anymore. Not anymore. But in the past, yes. But I would say it's just recently that I realized that I have done that. I've done that in situations of friendships, relationships, downplay accomplishments or don't, you know what I'm saying? Not because you feel like somebody else might feel bad. Done it in marriage, not it's okay the raise or the promotion or whatever or the new job wasn't really celebrated like it should be, because I don't want to make you feel less than because whatever the situation is now, the financial situation has changed. Like I have done that so I can see, because you want to maintain the family unit and want to keep the peace. She wants the life. She wants the traditional life.
But at the expense of herself, though.
Maybe she wants to be that woman. Maybe she feels like that's the woman she should be, because that's the woman. Again, thinking about what Margo, when she came to go pick up Margo, she wasn't the typical, you know what I'm saying, housewife. Anywho,
that's probably why. And I've never been married, but at walking into this season, I can say that there was a shift at some point in my life where I felt shrinking. I felt like I was shrinking. But and we talked about this on last podcast about being an introvert. Well, we talked about this, I think, before, about being an introvert, like. And people never understood that. For me, I'm an introvert, so I didn't necessarily want the spotlight or chase the spotlight. That was never my goal. But I was vocal, and I was a person who knew her own mind. Then heartbreak happened, and I began to shrink.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then after that, it became, well, who are you after this relationship and this heartbreak? Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
And I changed and became someone that was a little bit more introverted than I had been previously. But as life in the next season of my life, I don't want to shrink ever. Like, you really gonna have to accept me for who I am. And I remember someone telling me, they were like, "You're gonna have a hard time finding somebody."
No, they did.
Yes, they did, girl.
I mean, but not that I'm in disbelief, because people close to me in my life would tell me the same thing. You're gonna have a hard time finding
Yeah,
somebody who fill in the blank.
yeah.
They
And
throw that cold water on it. Like, you be like, well, God, I had a moment where I was believing I could.
yeah. And so and then I wonder now. I mean, I don't give power to it, but I it does still ring in the back of my head sometimes.
Oh,
Like,
sure. Yeah, they
so,
threw that on
you
there.
know, yeah.
They threw that on top of
Am
there.
I too vocal? Like, if I need to
No.
shrink again? Hell no.
Uh-uh. But
No.
this is where I feel like people say it's okay to do it, like in work environments, to
Mm-hmm.
keep the job, to keep the money, to keep
Mm-hmm.
whatever. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay to shrink there, which I don't think in any case it's okay to shrink. So I know I've done it there as well, where, okay, I know if I say something, then I'm going to be seen as angry Black woman. I'm going to be seen as I know it all or know too much or whatever. I know more than them and they're my boss. I don't want to seem like I know more than them and they're my boss, because I know that they don't like that
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. um so shrink. I have to keep shut, even though I know for a fact they have made a not wise decision based off research. But I have to shrink in this moment. Now, if I did
Yeah.
shrink, I can say, okay, these are my last days with you, because you're not valuing what I have to offer here. Because that's
Yeah.
what you do in a relationship. These are my
Yeah.
last days with you,
Yeah.
because but if it's a work environment because of a check, then we stay. We
Yeah.
don't even sometimes consider going look at someplace else, go
Yeah.
look at employment or whatever. So, because we want the stability, we want the check. You know what I'm saying? We want whatever the first lady look. We want the parking space. We want to keep
Charlotte?
what?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like
This
with
is her
Shyanne,
motivation. This is, I think, her motivation.
yeah, and I just think with her at this moment,
It's going back.
yeah,
It never turns out good though. That's what I'm saying.
she's making a
I know.
choice. I can't say she's making a choice here,
She's making
and
a choice, and I'm just like, sis, I know, girl, but it all shrinking never turns out better for yourself. It always blows up in your.
it does. Yeah.
So okay, she is on this journey of marrying Kenny, and she likes the show. They go to the magic show. She likes the show. Kenny is terrified and mortified by what happened.
I don't like him.
He gets more and more cringy. Like, girl, she can't take it anymore. So she goes to the room in the middle of the night and she gets Jake and she convinces, hide that baby in your jacket and let's get to the bar. I got to get out of here for the night. I'm like, girl, this is who you are.
This is who you are. I need a drink. I need to get. I need. Where you going, in the closet? Where you going? When you leave, when you with that man 24 hours a day, or
Or out of your doggone mind. He is so
where you
boring.
going?
Even okay, so they go out. Jinx eventually leaves him. to themselves. They have a great time, mother and daughter night, until they get to the part where, okay, this is where, yeah, she says, "Oh, I was a good mom." She said, "Oh, I was wrong." This is when she said, "Oh, but you were Hooters." She was like, "No, um, you did a good job." And she was like, "Oh, I'm on OnlyFans," and
you get the alcohol in you.
you start telling too much because
Start
yeah, she
talking
was
too
sober.
much.
She would have.
Yeah, not right now. Not right now.
No, mom, it's okay. I'm on OnlyFans.
But you up here drinking, and now you running off at the goddamn mouth.
Yeah. And she says, "You have destroyed your life for forever." Kim.
And see, that's the thing, because she was thinking that she was gonna bond with her mom with talking about that she was at the Hooter thing. She thought that was a way to say, "Oh, but you were a good mom. You did well. You whatever."
Yeah, to do.
No. And by the way, I'm on. Look, they don't go together. Like working at Hooters and being on OnlyFans, they're not comparable.
They're not comparable. Not really.
No, look here. Them Hooters, now the shirts could have been is tight. The shorts is tight, but they have like some stockings or something on, or something be on there. They don't all be bare legged.
It's still not a traditional mother's job, though.
It's not a traditional mother's job, but I'm not over there showing my boobies and comparing penises.
Yeah, and
doing, I'm not doing those things.
Right.
I'm covered, but I'm a little risque.
Mm-hmm. But even with that, though, the mom, so even given the fact that her mom had a job, which, like you said, she was covered, she says, "You're giving people everything they need to decide you're a piece of trash." I was like, ooh.
Delivery.
Kim,
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Must be the Sagittarius in me, because I was like, she'll tell you no lies. But losing the respect of everyone who would help your ass. Kim, she's not telling her no lies.
Charlotte, she may not be telling her, and I'm not saying, I'm just saying the delivery of it.
It's right. It's in the moment.
Margo has trauma. She's looking for a connection with her mom. She doesn't feel like her mom and her had a loving, supportive. I just don't feel. I feel like she's looking for something.
I think she feels like she's loving and supportive. I just don't think she's nurturing.
Charlotte,
she's there for her. I don't think
her mama just told her that the rest of the world view her as trash.
Kim, is it not true? Is it not true that she will have to defend herself? You can do these things on OnlyFans and be a feminist, but you will, in another sense, you're going to have to defend yourself as not being a sex worker, a whatever, when you go to certain spaces.
Okay, so this is the thing. Margo has no other job. Like, she's not a teacher by day and OnlyFans at night.
Right.
Her only job is OnlyFans. So at this juncture of her life, she does not have or need to have a society to answer to, because she's not in a public. The people who know are the people who paying to know. If she don't tell you, you wouldn't know unless you were somebody who was paying to know. You know what I'm saying? So there's a level of boundaries there. But yeah, do I think that she would, because of the way the show went, she will have to eventually have to defend herself. But if this is what she was doing, and she chose not to tell nobody what she was doing, for all they know, she was working at Home Depot.
But Kim, I would think as the parent, you don't know what your future gonna be. You don't know what you're gonna want to do one day, and you got this out here. This is different than, you know what I'm saying? You you decide that you just want to model
And I
or
and I and I get that.
glad.
I get that, Charlotte, but at this point with her, because
What does she
she
want to run
had,
for
she
president?
didn't have the support
President.
that she needed. And at this modern day and time, this was her way to get what she needed to get to take care of her child. Not saying that is right, not saying that it's wrong, but
Yes.
this is what she needed to do. She had no tribe. She had but one friend. Her
Right.
mom supports her, but barely supports her.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad is a crackhead, whatever head he is, whatever. We're gonna say crackhead. He, he's trying to redeem himself. He's trying to build, but her tribe is her community shaky, Charlotte.
I'm not saying that she got a lot of options. I'm just saying that when you jump in that pool, you better be prepared that the word trash is going to come up and you're going to
I
have to
don't even think
defend
she
yourself.
cares about that.
That's what
I
I'm
don't,
saying. And that's what I think Cheyenne is trying to get her to comprehend,
I
girl.
don't I don't think it was. I don't think. First of all, she shouldn't have told her. Number one, drinking loose lips sink ship. She shouldn't have said nothing at that time. Number two, um, no one wants to hear their mother say that people are going to look at them like trash. Nobody wants to hear
No,
that.
nobody wants
As
to hear it.
honest as it can be, as
It's not
honest as she was,
saying.
I'm not. I don't think what Cheyenne said was not true. I just think that the situation Margo's in for her
And
was
then,
desperate, and
and
this is what she looked to. And I do think that she does. She is not looking at the future thing. I do get that. I just think her delivery again was not the best.
it's not the best. But I also think that again, I guess I'm just maybe I'm hurt deep at heart because maybe I'm like feeling her. I feel like if she had never done what she done, it would seem as if again it is a mean statement. But because
Okay,
she knows the pain of people judging you,
but she worked at Hooters, Charlotte.
but
Was she
kids
selling
again,
some night? Am
I'm
I missing
still-
something? Is she
I
was she
have
selling a little
been
ass on the side?
I have been amongst these moms and
I just
okay, for instance, just last weekend, Jet was invited to um a hangout, whatever, at a
Mhm.
trampoline park. And the mom was just invited like like 6 or 7 or whatever
Mhm.
different
Hello.
kids. We don't know each other, these whatever. So of course, me being who I am, I realize this is a situation where I am not able to, you know what I'm saying, because I was like, oh, I'm going to sit on my phone at this
Mhm.
park and, sit and watch Jet jump and talk around the friends. But immediately I come on the scene and realize they all sit at this bench table. So I was like, okay.
I have to talk. I have to engage. Do.
Which ended up being a really nice thing because I was in
Mhm.
a mood. So after talking to them, I was like the energy flowing.
Mhm.
I was like in a funk or whatever. But I was after talking to them, I felt really better about the day or whatever. Just
Okay.
talking to different
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
But given that I am, like in between whatever I'm doing contract
Mhm.
work, doing this or whatever, I can tell you for sincerely sitting there, it wasn't a group of all white women because I've been in a situation where this is just totally my what is it, anecdotal experience
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
where I feel like that's one of the first question middle class white women ask, what do you do?
What either? Mhm.
And of course, when I was a teacher or when I was working at ETV or whatever, when I was doing, working in ed tech, okay, this is what I do. Or even if I was a stay-at-home mom, okay, then I'm still saying something because that means
Mhm.
I'm living comfortably. My man has got it covered.
Mhm.
Okay. So here I am in this situation. Okay. nobody asked except for one point. Somebody just said, okay, because the lady was talking about she had to go to work that day.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. So she said she was a therapist, so she had to have sessions or whatever. But in that moment, I'm thinking, okay, well, I would have to say, okay, what do I say? Well, it used to be an education. I do. Yeah. So imagine if I was to say, oh, I work at Hooters. They would have been polite. They would have smiled. But don't you know when they got home? Because I am the new person here. I'm the new person here. They know each other. But imagine when they left, they got in that parking lot when they got on that text chain at night. So they'd be like, so what you know about Jet Mom working at Hooters? How long she been working at Hooters?
And I guess entering a part of my life where I don't know. I feel like I don't care. I don't even care if they were to do that. Like, I'm not selling no ass. I'm not out here prostitute myself. I work at Hooters to provide for my child. I work at Hooters and I'm here in this group. But yeah, I may work at Hooters, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still in this group and my child is still thriving. I guess I'm just like at this point where who are you who are these people to judge her? And if she's at that point in her life where she feels that
But
working at Hooters,
she would have been younger then. I'm saying, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying, in your 20s, you know what I'm saying, when she had her, she would have been really vulnerable. Hell, I'm about 50 and I was still about vulnerable in that moment trying to like figure out whatever because I don't know, maybe it's just me worried about people with think and working through that. But I
yeah,
guess I understand her again, like again saying, you know, I've had a child out of wedlock. Like this
yeah.
is PTSD for me, I guess. This is how
And I
PTSD.
get that too because I'm you know I have that same experience, but at the same time, coming from you know the level of embarrassment, the shame that was heaped on me, you know, for having my child out of wedlock as well, and for you know not being married when having my being unmarried single mom, and still to this day you know single mother of a 16-year-old. I mean, but I'm doing the damn thing. So
Yeah.
you
Uh-huh.
tell me nothing for what I had to do. And
Mm-hmm.
I worked at the chicken plant, and I
Right.
worked, you know, I got myself through school, and you know graduated and went got my master's and taught, you know, and accomplished things. And my son worked at, you know, went to school where I taught at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't get to judge me anymore. I'm not carrying that cross and that burden anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of and we've had discussions about this before, even about my son's contributor being a non-present person,
Mm-hmm.
carrying the burden of that person's actions. I'm not gonna carry that no more.
Well, when you stop
And
carrying it, you think? How long ago? Like recently? Long time ago?
no, I mean, I would say maybe about 3 years ago.
3 year, yeah. I would think
Yeah,
maybe around late 30s, 40s. Things
yeah.
start to change. You start thinking differently or whatever.
Because that would trigger me, and it would. I felt like I did something, you know, a disservice to my child. And hell, I'm not taking on contributors' burdens. You got
True.
to carry that shit yourself. I'm
Mhm.
not carrying that no more. And at this point, which you know, and this may be a little different, but shit, she worked out. I still like listen. Margo and her mom's experiences may parallel to a certain extent, but they do divert because it's kind of they do share
No more.
experience,
You
but then
know,
it's
no
kind of
more.
on two different spectrums, right?
Mhm.
Two different
Mhm.
ends. But she took care of her child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but she is
And
traumatized.
I'm just not going. She is.
And I get it because I have been
You,
traumatized. I
you
have been traumatized. I guess I get it. Yeah, trauma. And so hopefully by whatever she gets out of this trauma, because she is still trying to heal through action, which I have totally done. I guess I understand. So she's healing through this marriage. So she goes through.
The marriage is not gonna heal.
Kim, she don't know that. She don't know it, Kim. She is.
That damn girl, that damn lady is too grown. Where your journey at? Where's her reflective journey
It
going on?
ain't happened yet. She has not had the moment where it's like, okay, the shit has hit the fan, and
But
now
when this go to dust, when this hit the dust, then that's when you're gonna be reflective.
she
'Cause
is
look
still doing
here,
it. She is still going. So she.
look at I'm literally shaking like my legs are doing this because
Because
I tell you,
you like she too old for
Shyanne,
this.
she irked my nerves. That's why I tell you I go back and forth with Grace with her.
I don't know. I got a lot of grace from her. I
I know
understand.
you do. I know you do.
Because I'm like, I guess I'm like, I know how people do women too, and she is in this bubble of I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And her mom was like, I done seen the rap, but we'll see. Okay, so we move on. They get married. She
They
has
get
whatever kind of awkward wedding night with
they
Kenny.
get married.
And he want to cuddle. Kim, he want to cuddle. You want to cuddle? Can you turn the lights off? It's a little just.
Charlotte, I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay. We're moving on. So
Listen, y'all, just know I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't
Okay.
like it.
That's
And
such a red
if
flag.
he could have just if the mattress could have just consumed him, I would have been okay with it.
Girl, go for a swim. Go somewhere else because I know that thing was just dry. It was over in 2 minutes. She had time to go out the balcony. He had this. Look at your face.
Charlotte, I don't like it.
Okay.
So
So
foreshadowing. I feel this is a foreshadowing moment.
You say this is?
Yeah.
Talking about how their relationship is?
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. This is how it is. This is your relationship. Your wedding night has shown you how your relationship gonna be. First, Jinx and Margo leave. They like, let's get the hell up out of here. Girl says, we did our part. We came and supported. Because one thing, which I read online, was like, one thing that these three are is that they are a unit. Because that's what the article was saying, which I was like, that might make sense. They understand. Like I think like when we see later Shyanne goes and she sees Mark's before they go see Mark's mother, like they are rich, we aren't, and nobody is coming to help us, so we are committed to helping ourselves. I think even if we don't agree, even if we feel awkward or uncomfortable, because Jinx in no way wanted to go to Vegas.
It was way too much temptation. First of all, it was just too. It was They are a unit. They are a unit.
They are together. Even the dysfunction of it all. He has a whole nother family unit or whatever, but for some reason, she forgives him. Shyanne or whatever comes around and she got a love thing for that doggone Jinx, honey. Because some people you got a love thing for. So okay, they get they get back to their everyday, and this is when the HungryGhost comes into play. Right?
Why did she use that name?
I forget why she used the HungryGhost. Look it up why she chose that, but she makes. But this is when I say when I was talking about in the interview she didn't sell herself. Here, this is a masterful marketing plan. She comes up with this marketing plan of using free organic traffic to funnel to paid traffic, paid subscribers, and comes up with the whole storyline to get people, because it's hard to get people to click a damn button. I know.
Mhm.
It's easier though when tits and ass is at the end of the button to get people to click the button. At any rate, she starts off. She pairs up with Wrangler and Succulent. And they come up with a masterful storyline, right? And get Jinx involved. He teaches them how to because wrestling is the art of storytelling as well. So he gives them, and I'm like, they are working. This is a job. Nobody would call it a job, right? But they are definitely in another world. They would be getting paid to do this.
They're running the machine. They're planning to get the machine done. You know, when you think of like a business, and what Margo kind of makes me reference her to is you can see the hustlers that has the drug empire. Wonderfully smart person.
Marketing,
advertising,
HR,
product delivery, product testing, future aspirations. They got teamwork, mobility. You can move up in the company. Okay, same thing here with her. Marketing. This here, promotion. How we can drive traffic to and fro. Okay,
creative direction.
What story does our product tell and sell and get, and what stories are the ones that's going to be the most entertaining, the most things that's going to bring traffic to our area. Masterful business entrepreneurs, right? But they're masterful in a enterprise that would not be the one that you think is the one that would be acceptable by society standards.
Right. So this is where I'm saying, like, if she were to do this and not lead to OnlyFans, she would eventually develop a following and get some money off of it, right? But not as fast. She wouldn't convert as fast.
Yeah.
But also, I think the problem is, which is where I think her mama is right. All of that she's doing is going to be, what do you call it? Like, not cover, what I'm saying, like camouflage. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but by the fact that your trash is at the end. So you go look for a job and say, I did all of this. I did creative direction. I did talent development. I did storytelling, developing. Did what is it? She created set design, all of that, costume design, all of this. Well, and who did you do it for?
HungryGhost.
You want to see? You want to see?
Here's my Instagram. Here's my TikTok. And I get that, but you know, whenever like someone says something like this, they say like porn is like a $5 billion business or something like that, right? And sometimes you like wonder why people stay just in that business, right? Because you're making money. So some people don't venture out to mainstream. You know, you direct porn all the time, or you direct these like explicit things, but then no one would ever, and it could be masterful, but no one is going to compare you to a Steven Spielberg.
No, because you're gonna put what you gonna put.
Yeah, when you put on your resume,
What title
Oh, I
you?
did. Yeah, what titles you directed, and they see that is where you're coming from. So people normally would stay in this lane in this business because it's profitable,
Mm-hmm.
and really they have no desire, most of them, to venture outside of that. You
Yeah.
may have some people that do have a desire to make films on a more commercial platform, but the money, because well they know they're gonna not going to be accepted because they're already tarnished. The
Stigma's there.
reputation of the industry is already tarnished,
Yeah.
right? Right.
So we
So
might.
they have to. That's why they have to create their own lanes for awards and all kind of
Yeah.
things like that, because they're not accepted
Mhm.
socially at the Oscars or whatever, whatever. But and I
Cause
love my
you,
girl Halle Berry, but you could win a Oscar for a movie like Monsters Ball,
uh,
which I still don't get.
yeah,
But
because you have to
hmm,
rebrand yourself. Like you can do it, you can come out of that, but it takes a lot to rebrand yourself.
oh man, it takes a
You
whole lot. Look,
you are making a decision when you jump in that lane.
yeah, and it takes a special kind of person. But then at the same time, um, she could parlay this into books, which then
You
feeds
really
what
could.
she
That's what I'm saying.
does,
That would be
what she really
rebranding.
wants to do.
Yeah, that would be a nice
How
rebrand.
she, yeah,
Mhm.
how she's been able to do this,
Mhm.
and then she's able to, have the experience of,
Mhm.
being an author or whatever she wants to do, if that is what her end goal will be,
She
and it
ain't
would
got,
be huh?
but she ain't got no end goal right now, Kim. She
Yeah,
just
no, 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 no,
surviving. She just
not
trying to
yet.
get ready to buy Pampers. She not. That's what
He
I'm
is,
saying. She not
he
thinking
is.
this through. Now here she coming with a business plan on this thing. I'd be like, go for it, girl. But she is, and I think that's what I guess I'm feeling her mama like, you ain't thinking this thing through.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, though, it is successful, right? In the
yeah.
midst of Jinx being served with a restraining order for cracking that man's hand, which I was like, yeah, Jinx. Oh, Jinx said, and I have been calling him a few times too.
Mhm. Okay, well, I won't be around him. I won't go around him. I know that, but I know that he know me when he see me though.
How about that? How about that? He understand now. He- I bet you he understand now. Yeah, I was like, yes, Jinx,
You messing with my daughter? This is what you do to my daughter?
my grandbaby.
And you think you gonna walk around on these streets free?
Gallivanting all around here like you ain't did that, living your best life. Now go tell your wife how your fingers got cracked. Go,
And
go,
then tell that.
go home and tell her that. Explain that, yeah. So
Mm-mm.
he has to go see Lace. Um, Margo sees the professor out and about because it's Christmas time.
Mm.
Around this time, the Hungry Ghost goes viral. 100 million views on that dance post. It goes viral. Not only that though, right? Is that the one where people are doing the dance too?
Mm.
So
And he,
again, genius. She's genius at storytelling, marketing. She was right on in knowing what she was majoring in. She does have a gift. She didn't need the professor to validate her gift.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I think maybe that's why now that I think about it, she likes this because this is validation.
Mm-hmm.
People like my stuff.
She's growing impact. She's growing a machine. She's producing, she's directing, she's storytelling, she's creating a business model, a business plan.
And people
Grassroots.
like it. And people are
People like,
responding to it. They're
yeah,
engaging with it.
and
That's fun. That's like a high. That's a high to get when people are engaging, when people
the,
like your stuff.
yeah, and all you need is some viral, a little
And
bit of viral, and
just
then
like award at work. You know what I'm saying? It's the same kind of pat on the back. Good
mm-hmm,
job.
mm-hmm.
So she not thinking about quit until she go out with her friend Becca. I'm like, People don't learn. Just like your mama ain't learn, you won't learn. Cause I would have dropped that heifer. But you know, I've done that before. I befriended friends way too long. Okay, I'm gonna give you another chance to
Becca was the one that she lived with, was one of the roommates, right?
for her to give a child up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, okay.
I would not even. I wouldn't even fuck with Becca like that no more. I would maybe if she texts me Merry Christmas, I might text it back. But other than that, we not going out. I'm not going out with you. I don't like your energy.
Yep.
You just gave me bad energy.
Yep.
But I think
Yep.
she makes the excuse she's my oldest friend. So, you know, I think that you know, people do that. I've known them for so long. So I'm gonna continue to, you know, excuse or whatever, and I'll go out with them. So that's what she does. She goes out with Becca and she's recognized. The hungry ghost is recognized.
Just stayed your ass home.
What did you think, Margo? What did she thought that green paint was just really going to disguise her? She should have put on a mask. She had to put on. You got to do more than that.
You had a whole. That's what I'm saying. There could be some anonymity in her.
You think what you think? You think she's not trying hard enough? She's doing it on purpose? Like, why, girl? Like, she was totally shocked. I mean, that would creep me out too, to be like somebody spotted me and they texted me, "Oh, you in the bathroom?" Let me see. What the hell? Girl, what did you think was gonna happen? Yo, what did you think was going to happen?
I mean that's the level of
Kim, what did she think?
well, you know what? The chickens have come home to roost. So
yeah, well, there you go. And this is what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm with you with what science. I get what you're saying.
You have destroyed your life forever.
I get it, Charlotte. I get it.
You're giving people everything they need to decide you're a piece of trash.
It. Okay. I get it. I get it. That's why we have these discussions. Clearly.
I'm like, yeah, she was harsh, but I'm like, she was girl. I'm like, okay, so she
I get it.
She get home only to find that I feel like I'm missing a page. Did I just not number this correctly? Anyway, she gets home and they end up having to tell Shyanne. They like Jinx and them, they both go up in there like they're scared. They're like they're scared to go tell Shyanne what happened.
I just don't want to hear this latest puss. I don't even want to hear it.
So I am missing a page. Okay, Kim, so you're gonna have to help me out. I'm missing a page. It must have dropped somewhere. Maybe I left it. I hate that. But anyway, I know that they go tell her, and it's on her Facebook page. Kim, can you imagine?
I mean,
come on now.
I mean, yeah, I can imagine.
Josh is on your Facebook page in some type of compromising position with some lady. Just like that video. Did they leak that video this weekend? God forbid. But you know what I'm saying? That video with Puffy and 50 Cent.
Oh yeah, they leaked it. They did.
Her mama got to be mortified.
They sure did. They did like that.
But I mean, she couldn't be. Maybe her mama's not mortified. But at the same time, it's out there for life. And then even though 50 was being petty, he's right. That boy the son has to go to school.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so listen, the chickens have come home to roost.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's out there, okay, And now Margo has to deal with the fallout of what's about to happen, right?
Mhm.
Because now the judgment, the severe judgment, the judgment, the questions, the embarrassment, um, all of that now is like triple time. Because now she got the stigma of being a sex worker. She got the stigma of on top of the stigma of being a mother. Now you a sex working mother. Make it make sense, Jesus. Make it make sense. And listen here, I don't judge nobody because I know sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
You
You got
got to do, but
to
that's
little
you gonna
change.
you
But
gonna
now she is now face to face with her decisions,
yeah.
right?
It's out.
Um, where I understand she could have marketed herself better for the previous job interview that she had, which probably would have sent her on a completely different path. But here we are.
Yeah, but she wasn't. Her mindset wasn't there then to
Yeah.
be confident in herself. She's way more confident in this world than she was in that interview world. But okay, so they deal with that, and then we see Mark is looking at he at work looking all disheveled, and he is also looking at the pictures. His mama comes in and says, "Let's do something about it." So even though I don't know if we touched on it in the last episode about her signing the what's it, non-disclosure agreement and getting a lump sum of money, they now are going.
She got $3,000, Charlotte.
I think in the book they said 15, which still ain't nothing.
Nothing.
For time of not saying nothing, you need to cut me 3 every month. That would have been, that's what she should. She had nobody to negotiate with anyway. So they decide to go for custody of the baby.
So now you telling me that now you want to get custody of your side baby? Okay. You trash.
That you ain't even talked
your
to.
Side baby that you don't even deal with. See,
you ain't even looked at.
Interact with at any point. Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
All because you seen. Okay, because of what you seen, but still. Is you cool? Is you cool, dude?
The way somebody had to hold me down that night to not just go out and just, my immediate response is to
Jinx, let's ride.
The wrong person to be with at that moment, right? Because Jinx gonna be like, where to?
Let's go. Let's go. Can you believe him? Is you cool?
Audacity, yeah, the audacity. You didn't even come. I can see if you had seen him, you came in the hospital, you've been giving him gifts or whatever, but you ain't even went at him. And now all of a sudden, yeah, you want hold custody? Yeah. Okay, so and this is again, I think what I like Shyanne, right? Shyanne on the phone. You gonna go see Lace? I'll be right there. She jumped in that car. There they was, all 3 of them sitting on the couch. So what's the plan? And she looking at them like a bunch of misfits, right? They need to get together. So they end up, she gives them the game plan. They're gonna go for mediation. They go for mediation. Margo goes in and the mothers are left outside because Jinx can't make it there, right? He's restraining order. And they go back and forth in there, right? She's like, do you think I'm an unfit parent? And Mark says, what happens when Bodhi grows up? What caliber of friends and men will she attract? Like he makes, definitely like good arguments in the courtroom or whatever. I mean, in that mediation. But meanwhile, outside, we have Mark's mama gaslighting the hell out of Shyanne. She told her, Kim, your daughter snatty, ratty, Pumbaa. Kim. Why she told that lady that? And this she got boxed in the mouth.
Because this is these okay. So Mark definitely tried to play in on stigma and the shame of being OnlyFans sex worker, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
To manipulate Margo. Okay. Because she wouldn't be in that situation if you would have had done the decent thing and take care of your child, provide some type of assistance with him. Okay. So that's number one. And then the elitism that comes out from this. How dare you? Who the hell are you? I don't care if ratted Pumbaa. I don't care what
Yeah.
I don't care if it was upside down in the middle of the floor. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Your son cheated on your son was is a predator.
Yeah. For a young
Let's
girl.
talk about it right there for young girls, because I'm sure Margo is not the first one.
That she
He's
had to
a predator that preys on freshman girls, young women, and he did shit for this baby. Nothing.
Yeah.
So how dare you judge me or judge my daughter for how she's taking care of that baby
This
on
is
her own?
this is my issue that I am now dealing with in life, and I'm praying the Lord to make me better. I'm gonna claim it now, is to beware of the gaslighters, because this is a straight gaslighting move, right? If I am secure in myself, I guess I ain't worried about it, because these are all attacks that he's making. But she could be like, okay, whatever. If you think, because nobody's questioning, it's not like the judge, the other lady's questioning these things, him. But she is probably kind of concerned about what I hope to, I'm going to keep him safe. But, these are things that people are thinking about me, perhaps. So there's some insecurity there. And then when the mama gonna say, your daughter preyed upon my son and catfish, okay, you just gaslit the hell out of my ass. You threw that down. Now I feel the need to defend my child, right? When she didn't have to. But this is all, I feel like that lady was trying to get her job off.
Yes, she was. And the fact that she was bold enough or felt like she had the right. Like, you ain't got no right to do nothing but sit your ass down here and wait till we got to go in and submit.
Because you feel like, okay, I got this. The son can say the dad, like, this is a violent family. This is a perfect move, right? The dad did this, the mom did this, the daughter yelling in here, so we can clearly claim custody. Like these,
and to get the baby to do what? To do what? You're not going to treat them right.
Right. You just want to be like, I
treat them right.
It's turned into just
you just want to win. To get that baby to do what with him? You're not going to treat him right, because he's always going to be the side baby. And your mama is this, and your granddaddy this, and your mama this, and your grandma this. No, hell no.
It's always
Not I don't try to kill people on every show,
but that mama got to go. Yeah, the mama, I definitely do not like her, because you can just tell manipulative. That's what I'm saying. People like that, evil people, manipulative, evil. The way she talks to him about he's a disappointment, like that to me is nasty. I don't like it. So anyway, Shyanne is arrested. Kenny has to pick her up. He does seem to be supportive in that he's like, I'm with you here, you're in this mess or whatever.
And I'm willing to give 2 cool points to Shyanne, but at the same time, girl, you ain't helping your shame no more. You ain't helping your shame and your transition to
church lady.
What church lady? You
Yeah,
not helping it at
about
all.
to that's what I'm saying. Kim, maybe in season 2 we're gonna get a little more background on Shyanne because she must have been something to reckon with back in the day.
But yeah, cause she listen here. I love me some Michelle Pfeiffer, but she was a pink lady on Grease too, honey. And pink ladies don't play. Okay.
Wasn't she on? Wasn't she Scarface's girlfriend?
Yes, she was.
You
Mhm.
you you
She,
girlfriend of a drug dealer
look
too.
here.
You
She know about the gangster lifestyle, honey.
your first intuition is to box somebody in the jaw.
Yeah.
Girl, you
Look
that's
here,
instinct.
Scarface and the pink ladies came out of her. She was like, look
Instinct.
here.
Instinct took over. So the next scene is the most. I don't even know what to say, Kim. So Jinx overdoses. Margo and Susie find him. They have to pull him out of the tub. It's some great writing, right? Because they could end it there, but no. Margo falls in the tub. He falls on top of her. She about to drown. I'm like,
Listen here, what you're not gonna forget is this here overdose. This is the rock bottom.
this is the rock bottom.
This right here is your you about to transition from this right here is your rock bottom because you about to take me out along with you.
But she did know, remember? She gets to the hospital and Lace has to convince her, you got to put him out. She still was like, no. Lace was like, hell no, you got a custody case going on. This dude about died in your doggone house. You had the police involved. There's a record. He got to go. Susie had to convince her. He got to go.
He was trying hard, though.
He was trying hard. He's a sweetheart. Now, I think he's a great dad. I love him at heart. But it is hard when you be like, oh, you're not an asshole. It would be easy to put you out if you was an asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And remember, he's a help. He is a help to her.
He is a help to her, too. And not even just keeping Bodie. He's helping with the production.
Yeah, he's a help to her. So, I mean, I can understand the willingness.
I understand, but it would be like your child's custody is on the line.
Yeah.
He has got to go.
Yeah.
She tried to, but that wasn't it. But Shyanne was like, I tried to tell y'all ass.
You know what? I'm tired of her. I'm tired of her with
Who would know him better than her?
Don't be trying. I'm tired of you with the gotcha stuff. And I told you. I'm sick of that.
But she comes in. I mean, I guess I can see that, Kim, because as the baby mama, you over here kicking up with him. Baby, and the baby loving him. I done been here holding it down. Everybody loving him over here.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what she feeling. She feeling left out.
Are you serious with the baby loving? Are you serious? She does not engage with that baby.
I know, but she still feel like, dang, I want to. She wants to be,
At the same time, Charlotte, no. You ain't. I ain't letting you give her no pass on that because number one, I know you may feel parallel, but no, because that lady gave nothing to that poor little grandbaby. That lady don't even keep that goddamn grandbaby like she needs to. She don't support that. She didn't support Margo in that baby the way the grandma would support. So no, you don't get to give me no side eye because my daddy, he loves my daddy. And my daddy takes time with him. So she don't get to throw that up in her face because she don't do nothing with that baby.
It's not in her.
You keep saying it's not in her, Charlotte, but at the same time, if you were in a similar situation and you had your grandbaby, you wouldn't be hands off with your grandbaby.
If I wasn't that type of
and your excuse was it's just not in me, and then you got the nerve to screw your face up when when the grandbaby love the other grandparent better.
That's human behavior. It don't make no sense.
Yeah.
I think it don't make no sense at all. Yeah, to be jealous. Some people may not be, but that I feel like cause let me just say I know a certain mother in my life who does not have a nurturing bone in her body. Not my mother.
I know.
And I think they look upon other mothers who do, and they wish they could, but they're not built like that. And so instead, they do other things instead of figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? They try manipulative tactics. That's their tactic. Her tactic though is at least not that. At least she just like she just be she be awkward and jealous. Okay. Maybe that's why I don't know.
Okay, Charlotte. I'm gonna give you that one. I'm just gonna give you that one because I just can't. I just can't.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so Shyanne is nice enough to give Jinx her rent control storage. She's like, Ma, this your apartment. She's like, no, it's not. It's rent control storage. So she lets Jinx stay there. Lisa's like, has Cheyenne's house been swept? I thought it was funny too. She's like, he can get into anything around here. So anyway, after they go back to Jinx, you remember? I smell your mama. She like, shoot, there's so many chemicals in that daggone house. So they go back to Margo's house. Their CPS is waiting for them because a complaint has been made. They observe her. I thought this was like really like the way they cut it. Like she's second guessing herself. Like these normal things that you would do, you would not think about, like changing your baby, putting on diaper cream, or seeing the diaper rash needs to get better. You wouldn't think twice about. But now under this like eye of somebody who's accusing you of doing something, you feel like super aware of what you're doing and like paranoid or whatever. I felt like that scene was played. They played that well in giving her a sense of like insecurity there.
Okay.
Oh, and then they like interview the roommate, they're looking at the cameras, they're looking at all of that stuff or whatever. And they're like, okay, everybody in the house got to give a drug test. And I'm not gonna lie, at that age, I'd be like, I'm sorry, girl, I'm gonna fail because I just smoked the word the other day, so I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna have to go. Those other roommates, though, if that's not the case, though, I was thinking those other roommates would have been feeling like really like I gotta go because now I'm like in the situation where I might have to testify. I gotta take a drug test. You know what I'm saying? Like she has
scrutinized too, along with
you and your stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, now, that would have really made me be like, now I got to move out because this is
even though I'm grown. I'm a whole grown person.
Yeah, and you bringing your stuff is affecting everybody in this house.
Yeah.
Susie was really cool. And I had to revive your damn daddy.
Things like this happen. Everybody, my thing is this, when CPS gets involved, it takes it to a whole nother level because they scrutinize and it's a whole nother level of pressure for her that she's already under pressure. And then all of these things are happening in her life that's causing even more kind of layers to her life that's making it a little bit more complicated, a little bit more kind of under a microscope to a sense. And then you kind of see her shrink. You do kind of see Margo starts to shrink just a little bit with the insecurities and with what's going on with the mediation and court and CPS and with her dad and all this kind of stuff. Optimistic, yes, to a certain degree, but also a little bit of the fear, like, and kind of a little bit of the reflection, maybe a little bit of reflection.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like everybody didn't grow up in like a 2-parent home, or what, when the single parent is struggling, and then when, even though they're struggling and it may not be the best circumstances, and I'm not talking about Margo right now, but I'm just talking about they're criticized for just trying to make the best out of a really tough situation. And if all I got in my refrigerator is peanut butter and jelly and a roll of bread, and then you telling me I need to buy more groceries that I can't afford. You know what I'm saying?
Or type of groceries. You need more greens. You need more
I need more greens. I need more.
greens.
You know what I'm saying? That I can't afford. Like, how am I supposed to show you? I'm showing you that I'm a good parent because I'm making my way, doing the best I can with what I have.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But with Margo's situation, of course, hers is a little bit more layered. But CPS sometimes, I think, makes situations worse when they're really supposed to be there to provide some resources.
Right. Yeah.
If all I got is peanut butter and jelly in my in sandwich bread. Who's giving out fresh fruits and vegetables? Why you can't steer me to those places instead of telling me, oh no, and if I don't have you need this, the child got to have its own bed. Lady, what do you how can you tell me these are the things that I have to have when you see I'm struggling to keep what I have?
Yeah, they clean.
If me and my baby can sleep in the same bed, what's wrong with that?
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're not gonna give me a way to do it, then get out of here.
You're not gonna give me a way to do it, but then you're gonna criticize me and then tell me I have to do better. Sometimes I think the system sometimes is just there to it doesn't make the situation better.
Yeah.
It's not Margo's situation per se, but I'm just saying
it could. It could, because anything could happen. Like in this case, she had the dad with her. He was not supposed to be there. Fortunately, it didn't really backfire on her, but yeah, it could have really backfired that you got this drug addict back in your house when he's supposed to move out or whatever. So yeah, it definitely could make it worse. That's why you absolutely do not get them involved on no doggone. I think you got doggone better doggone know for you call them people in somebody doggone business like that. You know what I'm saying? You see the child in harm's way. So we're gonna get to that, yes. So all right, so we end this episode, and then we go to the next one. I think we're about in 7 or 8, somewhere around here. I told you I think I didn't write it right. Shyanne and Jinx and Margo are in Lace's office, and I am dying at her lime green suit with the velour top. Who gave?
I'm calling back to a little vintage, honey.
With the lime green, no kill with the lime green.
At one point, neon was considered to be fashionable.
Professional? I was like, her wrestler is coming out. She can't keep it at the house though. It's got to come out. It's got to come out somewhere. I'm loving it. I love that touch. Whoever did that for her character. I love that. After okay, so
I'm doing homage.
I'm so glad they didn't put her in black and blue and treat her professional. I'm like, they like, you go straight.
Honey, you cannot. You may take the wrestler out the ring, but you can't take the wrestler out the city lawyer office, honey. I'm always will pay homage, honey.
I'm an entertainer at heart, baby.
Period.
Period. I love it. They remind me.
Yes, honey.
she tells Shyanne she needs to apologize to Mark's mother. Shyanne and Kenny are at lunch, and they talk about the CPS coming, and she's like, "It ain't cool." She's like, "It's like Ice showed, it's like Ice showed up, Kenny, and he's not really getting it."
You don't get it. It's
Yeah, right. Okay. So Margo meets with the psychiatrist because that was also a stipulation. Like, it's a lot.
you make me mentally unstable, and yet now you want me to.
This is when you think now, right? She has definitely made a decision because at some point she could say OnlyFans has cost me a lot of trouble. It's costing me almost custody with my child. She could still be like, I'm going to go apply to work. Hell, I don't know, Target, Walmart, and I'm not going to make the money, but I'm just going to get out of this because this is costing me a lot. But she is definitely like, the hell with it. I'm moving forward on OnlyFans because I think she is like, you ain't going to tell me what the hell to do.
Yep.
You're going to tell me what to do. But this is a result.
Can manage new talent. Maybe she could start making more little Hungry Ghosts or a Hungry Ghost pink or a pink
you're right.
ghost.
And keep it
keep it churning, and then she moves up into the managing the
or maybe like she could be a story writer for other people who want to do stuff like that. I don't know. Anyway, she could make this work for her in other ways to make money, but she is doubling down.
She's making a choice. She's making a choice.
But it is costly, right? I got the psychiatrist in my apartment. Again, I am putting my roommate in this again because Susie in there curtsying and offering tea to the damn.
It's the stress. Now who curtsies to people? Who does that now? Hello. When you walk into a room, you see somebody that you don't know. Hello, how are you? Who curtsies to people? Who does that?
Who does that? But
how you got me in this well, she's weird anyway. But how you got me in these situations? Now I have to be even more awkward. Than I normally am.
I'm really your friend because I am this. That would stress me. That would stress me to have to go through all of these things in addition to what I got to do on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, she is a good friend because regardless of what, she is living in the same space as that child and Margo. She is under scrutiny too.
And she's helping with childcare.
Yeah. So who is... Yeah, if I think I got the curtsy to, I just don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah, Susie, you do
weird things. People do weird things. Like somebody may curtsy, somebody may like giggle all the time. But I'm like, just be normal because when people see you acting weird or awkward, it's like
you'd be like, "What's wrong?
What's really wrong?" Like,
so she did. But you are putting everybody under a lot of stress because you are choosing to double down on this decision.
Yeah.
Girl, it's a lot. So I mean, and not only does she double down, so we go to Margo building this structure. And in this structure, she says, she tells Shyanne, I am artfully planning to artfully rendering my tunnel of love. So you mean tell me you in the middle of this? I mean, as her mama. I mean, and Shyanne, she handled this as coolly. She said, I will give you everything. I will sell my apartment, my rent control apartment. I will sell all my makeup and everything, which I can understand. Just don't put your coochie on the internet for all the world to see. Forever and ever. Hey, man, you won't put your coochie on the internet. For what, Kim? For what? What are you gonna get from that? Like, how many dollars is that worth? That's a one-time post. That's one you gonna post that one time. How much money is you getting for that?
Maybe a lot.
Like what? What's a lot? What you think would be a lot? You words posting your coochie on the internet for?
About 250, quarter mil.
That's all?
Mm-hmm.
I need some million. I need millions. Cause Kim, after that, what's the next level? What's the next
What
post?
you doing with the coochie? You just gonna post it on there? What you doing with it?
Okay, so that's what she does by the end of the episode. You ain't see she spread wide.
First of all, okay, let me say this. This is her defiant stand. Okay.
Yeah.
I think she feels like she has nothing else that she can fully. I mean, she has her son, don't get me wrong, but that she can fully control.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the hill that she's going to
Die on.
And I listen, I'm gonna respect it. I'm gonna respect it. But I get Cheyenne's, I get it. I mean, the chickens have come home to roost. Good Lord have mercy, they have. But I'm
What's the next post, Kim? That's what I'm saying. What's the next
but
post?
okay, so Euphoria started has a similar storyline for one of their characters where they started their OnlyFans with doing like little cute little
Shoulder.
yeah, not nude, but like these little very risque outfits and little TikTok stuff and little gyration. And then someone asks, well, could you, show a little something? I'll pay you $700. And it progressed over time to where it
Right.
became fully on
Nude.
sex work.
Oh,
Like she was fully on with everything. She was doing all kinds of stuff. But she was making
How much?
money, honey.
How much, Kim?
Money.
Like what?
Money.
Did they show give you a guesstimate like per month or
Yeah,
overall?
because this character's husband had old money. So they needed like $60,000, $30,000. Like she was like sending her husband money. And her husband was like, well, yeah, well, go, if the person want to take you out, go ahead and go, because her husband was in debt and was,
She's selling her cat online to get him.
Yeah, and she sure was. I mean, she was doing it all, honey. She was doing it all.
It would have to be some millions. It would have to be something to the point where I am, because 250 is not gonna do me, but 250 means I can invest in a business. That's not what I want to do. I want to sit down somewhere for a minute and invest in a business.
But at the point as they moved through the storyline, they ended up doing a content house. So she started out as the one, and she was labeled a sex worker. She was labeled a sex worker because she tried to break into mainstream, and mainstream was like, so we can't find nobody else but the sex worker to do this part. And then it was like, no, get rid of the sex worker, right? But she stayed in her lane, and her friend ended up becoming a content house where they had several girls
making
money, and then they took their cut from the money that they were making, and they were making money. Onion.
Now, I'm not saying she can't. I'm just saying that she's gonna have to start involving some other people after this. Like you have gone up the scale from just showing a couple of titties and dancing around poles to now giving up the full shebang. I hope it pays well.
But this is the thing. If all she's doing is showing it, Charlotte.
And then when Bodie get to middle school, you see your mama coach.
I'm not saying that what she is doing won't have no consequences, but I'm just saying.
I guess as a mother of daughters, I'd be like, oh, it would hurt me. It would really hurt me to know if
I have a son, and I bet not ever see you take no picture of none of your stuff and be sending it. No,
and put it on OnlyFans.
Right. Charlotte, Charlotte,
As a
Charlotte.
mother, Kim, that's what I'm saying. I can understand if my daughter was to come to me and say, you know what, Ma, this whole production is for me to ultimately put my coochie on OnlyFans. I would be devastated. I don't know. I would be. I mean, there's nothing I could do. It's out of my
Mhm.
control. It's their life. But I would feel like, please, I would beg, please don't do this. Please don't do this. But she like, I'm going to do it.
I-
Before
Listen,
court. This is even before she go to court.
she's all in.
She
She's
is
all
all
in it now.
in.
She's all
She's
in it
all
now.
in now.
She's
So
all in it.
they go to court. This is like the absolute best scene ever, I think. It's
Charlotte, I needed to be there. I needed to be there.
Kim when he came in there full blast from behind that doggone put
I needed it. I needed to be there, Charlotte, because number one, they have somebody black need to be somebody black need to be.
the court
I feel
tonight.
like I needed to be there.
Kim, I can remember being in court. I've only been to court one time for child support. And being so nervous. I don't know if I told the story. So, I don't know. Maybe I totally being so nervous, and it was the court stenographer who called me. The judge was nice or whatever,
Mhm.
but it was just I think the overwhelming feeling of we're here. We
Love you.
started out in a love affair
Yeah,
romance,
yeah.
and now I am in court with this dude talking about give me money for a child. Like I just
Mhm.
like that was like the ultimate like, oh God, we're here. And it must have showed I'm sure all over my face. And I can remember the lady having a little thing over her mouth. But her eyes, she was like winking at me like, it'll be okay or
Come
whatever.
down. Come down.
I don't
Next.
know who that lady was. I couldn't see her to this day. God bless her soul today, Lord. So to have someone on your side in
Yeah.
court is so reassuring. I can attest to that. So to see him coming in there and he like, you sir, on your feet. Right now, Mr. Biological
Contributor.
um
Judge, my name is no. Your
no,
name is biological contributor.
yeah. He goes around to everybody, he talks to everybody. The most hilarious Kenny stands up. Did I ask you? Sit your ass down, twin goddamn.
So
He
white.
gives he gives Bodie, he brings Bodie in, passes around to the village. And he's like, okay, I like when you can see a character make a decision, and you can see he makes a decision in his head as he gets to Mark, and he's like, clear to me, primary custody to the mom. You'll
Let's
see.
wait a minute before we move on. Let's just talk about how Cheyenne looks so uncomfortable holding that baby in that goddamn courtroom.
Yeah,
I
she did.
mean, did he piss on her? Did he poop? Did he fart? What did he do
She
to
is
make her
not.
look so
She's not
uncomfortable?
comfortable. I'm telling you, she is awkward. She is awkward with it. It is definitely her character. She is not.
I don't like her as no grandma. I don't.
I've seen
She's
her in little
failing.
show of grandmas who are not
She
comfortable.
is failing in that area.
Yeah, he definitely won't be coming over her house.
No,
Gets older to hang out, and not
no,
unless she changed her tune and straighten up.
yeah.
All right, so that's how we end. She gets primary custody, and then we
Yes.
see yes, Margo wins. Oh, and we also learned
Yeah.
that Kenny was the doggone culprit who said CPS, and I could stab him in. Kim, the way the way you would have had me. I don't know. I cannot say, Kim. I cannot absolutely say I wouldn't have caused a scene right there in that court in the courthouse. To learn that my husband called CPS on my daughter, and then gonna be like, you were not going to report her. Oh, somebody got to stand in front of me.
Charlotte. Yeah,
Yeah.
Charlotte, foot the ass. Foot the ass. I'm going back to jail.
We need to
I'm
go to the courthouse for the divorce after this.
yeah.
Let's just go straight because I can't trust you. It was such a
Yeah, no, because it's a level of trust that's broken. Like, and what do you?
I know. It was so disheartening because you know what? If you want to stay with the corny guy who you're really not attracted to, but that's on you. But
You don't
somebody
love.
you don't really love or whatever, okay. But that there right there, that deceitful, that you can't trust, like to me, all of that stuff that he was doing in the beginning was like little signs of who he is. Like, let's not this song, let's this song. Let's I don't know. They don't see things out of eye, right?
No,
You thought the guy's magic show was perverse. You thought it was fun. It's
right.
clear y'all don't see things
Clear,
eye to eye.
clearly.
Like it's okay, to some extent, with y'all like black and white.
Yep. Two opposite ends of the spectrum for
Two
sure.
opposite ends. And so I think they're coming back for season 2, right?
I believe so. I think they got picked up.
Up for season 2. So it'd be interesting to see if they're still together.
Yeah.
In season 2. But we do end the season with Margo fully in HungryGhost. Like she at the gynecologist.
Welcome to the tunnel.
Welcome to the So I guess we'll pick up with, even though Kim, the creeper guy at the party would have made me stop.
Oh yeah. That you recognized.
That I was recognized.
Yeah,
that would have.
Now somebody is asking me to do something.
That would have creeped me out.
You do it when you're online. Why I can't give you? I got a little.
Yeah, you $20, $2 away. He
$20, and now you gonna act like you don't know me.
You know me?
Like
you
Players Club when she went to the little guy Marvin, and he followed her home that night. He was like, "You know I love you. You know I, dude.
I ain't at work.
I ain't at work. And how the hell you know where I live at?"
Yeah, that's creepy.
You know what I'm saying? So and they have formed these relationships with these people online that is fictional, only in their minds.
Yeah,
and that's the scary and the creepy part. That's the skeezy part of it.
That's the skeezy part. These men that are having relationships with you in their head, and you don't even realize, you don't even know. Okay.
Yep.
Because they don't see you as it's turn on, turn off. Right? It's that ingrained societal belief about women, and then you've objectified yourself in that way. So they're not cutting it on, cutting it off. They're like, oh, well, she for the day. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff I'm saying is she's not. I feel like you know it, but you can't make sure other people know it. Just like we were about like how we were talking about, telling your daughter or your nieces or whatever about wearing short skirts, and you can wear the short skirt, and you can be you, but everybody you come across is not going to see you as a person and respect your body. So you're gonna have to titty out, skirt all up to you. It's fine. You could do it if you want to, but know that when you walk out here, you're gonna have to deal with some people who are not going to respect your space.
Right.
So that was a good one, Kim. That was a good one.
That was
to be free or to not be free, to double down or to not double down. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Risk the custody of your child to be free.
It was a lot of what was she thinking moments. Like what was she thinking throughout the last episodes, like and throughout the whole series, like what were you thinking, and was the alternative that bad? Like could I don't know.
When do we ask? So for my what was she thinking? I could just see myself as so much of Margo. I can't even pick which one because I probably have
Yeah.
done at least, except for the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I've done some side hustles that
Mhm.
probably were, I'm sure, were not legit
Mhm. Yeah.
to make a little extra money for myself. You know what I'm saying? So not making a wise choice,
Mhm.
hustling a little goods or whatever.
Yep.
So I guess the what would she think it comes in now that I'm reaching almost 50 is that when do you learn? When do you hit the aha? Because I'm always like, the Lord will send you a pebble, then you get a rock, and
Mhm.
then you get a
Mhm.
boulder.
Mhm.
My thing now at this age is to avoid the boulders, damn near avoid the rocks. Let me get it when I see the pebble. You know what I'm
I know.
saying?
I know, because them pebbles don't feel good on your foot either. So, but yeah, I think that is because I did see. I saw myself in Margo as well. In the moments that the things that the experiences that she had, and then what was the alternative? So I never thought that my alternatives would never be to go to that extreme, right? Okay. That was never an option. But then when you think about, you see somebody talking about they made six figures because they posted their feet with Doritos in between. Then it comes to the point with what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Mhm. That is not an avenue to explore, possibly. And she's younger.
Especially if you working hard. You working hard. You working 40 hours a week.
Mhm.
And you learn somebody making six figures by posting their
Yep.
toes. You like, what the hell? I might give it a try.
Yeah.
I'm missing my kids. I'm paying for daycare.
Yeah.
It's easy to understand. I get it.
Mhm. Yeah. It was a lot of what was she?
It
It
was
was
a
a
lot of
lot of
what was
moments. Yeah,
for her
like
and the mama.
for her and the mama.
Because like you said, yeah, how she could have approached stuff. Maybe she would have
Yeah.
listened to her if she would have said it differently, if she would have approached it differently. But I
Yeah.
mean, hell, I felt like her approach about please don't show your coochie on the camera was a nice approach. I felt like
Okay.
she approached it real calmly with that.
Okay, I give that to you.
She was real nice with that, Kim, don't you think?
I give you that one. I give you that one. That is what I would give you that one.
Yeah, maybe yes.
For
So
delivery. She gets a plus, a check plus.
maybe we on that one. She like, okay, so
Mhm.
I was
Picking up something. She picking up some kind of skills. So I would say, yeah, I will give you that.
okay, all right, okay, all right.
I give you that one.
All right. All right. So anything else you want to add to Margo's?
No, good show. If you can check it out,
I
check
get
it out. This series available now. All episodes are streaming now.
it. I would say, yeah, definitely check it out. It's something yeah, you can binge
Mhm.
and talk about with friends about her choices and how we support women's choices. The hell with Becca. Because, because first of all, I'm like, Becca ain't no good ass friend. Because how you
Yeah.
have a whole baby and this is the first time you seen the baby on
Yeah.
the way to the party? Becca should have been had her way to see. Anybody have your friend have a baby, you go by and see the new baby.
Mhm.
Anyway, but it's how we support friends and maybe even if there was like a woman's consensus on that's not sex work, we could, she wouldn't. Do you, boo?
Yeah. Yep. The stigma behind it. The stigma behind even being an unwed mother.
Yeah.
All of that. Yeah, it's a lot. Lots to unpack.
Check it out. Yeah, check it out after you, and then come back and let us know what you think. Okay, Kim, go ahead and take us out.
If this movie, TV series made you uncomfortable, inspired, or reflective, that is the point. Because growth usually starts with discomfort, people.
Yes. So tell us what was she thinking and what did you think watching this. Please rate and subscribe and share this episode And join us on the shecould.org. We have a community there. You can join and sign up and talk to us and join us online on all the socials, TikTok, Instagram, and join us in conversation about this show and what you think about the choices that Margo or Shyanne, right? If we're talking so any of the women made in this episode. So we appreciate your conversation and we'll see you next time. Thank you, Kim.